Exactly. Like that's why you can never judge your beginning from someone else's story because you don't know like the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
literally. Because I poked myself with needles.
There was blood, friends. There was.
Did. Blood, sweat, and tears, literally cried after that.
Girl.
But
Oh
you
my.
never know if you like something until you try it. So just give yourself a chance by seeing and
True.
forget about what people are gonna think because they're gonna think whatever they want anyways. They totally
Mm-hmm.
are, and it's
Yeah.
just like, and if they do judge you, it's because they didn't have the courage to do what you're doing. Hello.
Welcome to the Salt Podcast, where we talk about all things simple. Yep, simple anointed living tips. I'm your host, Jenny Pena. Okay, thank you everyone for coming back to listen to the podcast. And if this is your first time listening and tuning in, welcome. I am Jenny Pena, and today I have an amazing guest with me. I met her, actually, we met online. So I guess today's episode is going to be pretty um, uh, like explaining everything about why this is so important and it's such a great talk that we're going to have today. So thank you, Linda, for joining me.
Thank you so much, Jenny, for having me. It's amazing just watching each other grow and going through this journey as moms, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think we started talking because you were having your third, and then soon after I found out I was gonna have my third, and we kind of bonded over that on Instagram, I think, or Facebook. And yeah, we have never met in person, but I feel like we know each other.
Yes, I do. I do too. I do too.
So I'm so grateful that we can let everyone in on, our conversations because we've had such interesting conversations, and we haven't. Like I told you one time, I really wish that people can hear this. And then I finally did it. I finally started the
Congratulations.
podcast.
That is
So
amazing. Congratulations.
yeah, so it's funny because we decided what topic. You said community, and I guess the way that we met, like pretty much, is how why shows why community is like such a big deal, especially online nowadays, right?
Yes. Yes.
But before we get into it, actually, why don't you tell everyone like what you do, what you're up to, kind of a little bit about you?
Wow. So I am Linda Mendible. I host Monetizing Mompreneurs. And also, you can check out monetizingmompreneurs.com, which is awesome because I'm all about helping women, especially moms, in business or entrepreneurship grow a thriving business. And I found for me, the secret to that is building a community around your brand and around your business and what you stand for and your expertise.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love following you, and I've even joined your time. What tell me again what does time stand for?
The incredible mastermind experience.
Experience. I love it.
So yeah, you came in the beta. You came in the beta when I launched it. This actually my signature course now, well, signature program because what I teach there, and we're going to be doing a reboot here in July. I don't know when the podcast is going to launch, but basically is how to create your own memberships and have that recurring income. And so I also go into like the mindset with that and just how to structure it out. And it's going to be amazing.
Awesome. So for those listening, if you have thought about having a business or you have a business, you don't know what to do or how to get started, or even just want to, get a taste of it and see what is all out there, Linda has some amazing courses all the way from like basics, you're starting from scratch, all the way to like you've already got your stuff going and you need a reboot or you need a facelift, what you already have. Linda's Linda's work is amazing and she has tons of reviews. So don't even just take it from me because she's my friend.
Oh, thank you, Jenny. I mean, it's been a long road because I started as a web designer and brand photographer. So, I mean, and it goes even deeper than that, but I'll start it there because, that's where I really found the love in what I was doing. And so when I still do web design, a few here and there. And one of the things that I'm really doing is actually helping people set up their Facebook communities because they actually can
Awesome.
see the power behind that community. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So that's going to be our topic today. We're going to talk about creating community, especially with everything that's going on. It has been so tough, really having your in-person community without all your plans getting changed from one day to the next, or everything's just rocky and not feeling like you can actually plan or set anything up in person. So online, wow, it just feels like why would anyone want to set up online community?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Like what kinds of things would motivate somebody to start an online community?
Okay, so I mean, for me, and I can only talk off of my own experiences. I really wanted um, kind of that community and mompreneurship because as a mom,
Hmm.
juggling business and motherhood, that's
Yeah,
you
that's
need community.
unique.
That's
Yeah.
unique. We need community and we
Yeah.
need a place to kind of feel safe in and allow to be understood, right? We really want to
Yeah.
express ourselves, and I feel like that's what branding is. And branding is a big part of also bringing that community feel. And so we as people want to express ourselves. We want to also let people know, hey, this is who I am. How can we connect with each other? And that's why we have these stories that we can tell our own life stories and they become really impactful because people can resonate with them. And I really
All
feel
right.
as though, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, how does one like break it down for people? How does one go, like, even to start creating a community on Facebook? Like, because I've had seen so many people ask questions like, where should they even start? Like, create a page, create a website, and then link their Facebook to it, or create a group, and then how does that even like work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I do have a 5-day challenge, and it's an email challenge with videos. I'm actually going through it right now, but I don't know when people are going to be listening to this. So if you're catching this, you can actually go on my website and sign up. It's actually a pop up, and it's like, hey, join my 5-day challenge, or go into my Instagram, and there's a link in my bio. And
Okay.
I'm at Linda Mendible, Instagram.com/Linda Mendible. I feel like that's the easiest place because I house all of my offers there. Um,
Nice.
yes. And I like people following me on Instagram. So please follow me on Instagram.
Follow Linda, everyone, please.
so so when you're starting a community, the first thing that I would say is if you're starting it because you want community or if you're starting it to grow your business, is to really kind of outline your name. A name is really, really, really important. And so
Mm.
what I kind of guide my people through is start with an action word that describes your ideal person or customer or client, right? Then you want to like write those one words that describes them. You want to write it all down, have like 50 of them, download the workbook, and I have kind of like the outline for you. And then you want to go into um, kind of like describing who your people are instead of an action word. This is just more like who are they? What is a word that says who they are? So for my group is monetizing mompreneur. And so for there, I kind of like encompass who I was for, where I'm at in my business, and what is it that I'm teaching in the group? Because you do want to have kind of like a leadership and teaching aspect to your group because you are the leader of the group and they're looking to you for guidance. You're looking
Mhm.
for, up to you for that connection and how can you connect us to one another. And so the best way for you to kind of get started is to figure out your name, who you're for, and have that reflect in the name.
That's perfect. That's like the perfect place to start because I know people get stuck on a name. And even we're always changing our name, like evolving
Yeah.
with like the group as well. But don't think that far ahead, just think right now. Right now,
Yes.
what is it going to be right now, you know? And that's
Oh,
such a
yeah.
great place to start because once you get that, you can create like the you would you recommend that people would start like a Facebook group, like a private group, or what's
A
better
private,
just to start
a
off with?
private, a private group
Okay.
is the best.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
because
then,
go ahead.
yeah, so then they could just go in there, put the name, at least create it, even if nobody's invited in, just click the button, create the group, put the name in. But once they have that down, what's the next thing they can do?
So the next step is branding. So once you have your name, you know who you're for, you know who you want in your group, you know what the reflection you want to create. Because let's talk about branding, for instance, right? When
Yeah.
you have a name brand shirt, you are actually wearing it because you want to tell others a little bit about yourself. Hey, this is my style. This is what I like. This is a little bit about me. And so when it comes to branding your Facebook group, the name is a big deal, because that actually allows people, okay, why would people share your group, right? Hey, join this group, check out the name, I think it'll be a good fit for you. Is it a name that people want to be like associated with, right? And so now you're in the
Mm.
branding aspect. And when you start branding, you look at your colors, you look at the feel of what it is that you're creating. So what you want to create is a feeling of who you're for and what it is that they want, and kind of like in colors and in feel. So you want to create a mood board. So once you create the mood board, you can actually follow me on Pinterest. I have so many mood boards there that you can choose from and actually create a
Awesome.
mood board. Yeah. So Pinterest.com/Linda Mendible. I have so many mood boards because that's how I start creating anything that I want to launch, anything that I want to do, even with client work. We start with branding because branding is powerful and it really brings about community and that feel of community, and that you're a part of something bigger than just these groups that just post things randomly, right? Now you're going
Mm-hmm.
to have like, so when you do the branding, you can check out your color because you want them for your prompts. These prompts are going to be about 10 by 80. So they're like a social media prompt, and you want to kind of um, allow people to express themselves around your expertise. So let's say that you're in healthcare and you want to bring people into your health coach, and you want to bring people into your Facebook group, and you want to start with high engagement. Don't start off with what you are or what you know, or like just giving tips. You start off by getting to know the people within their community and what they know about health. This allows you to create a connection with you and your audience and the people that are in your Facebook group. And it allows them to be seen and heard, which is very, very powerful. And that's what branding is branding is a way for us to be seen and heard. Hey, this is what I like. This is what I do. This is a little bit about me. And so when you create that branding in your Facebook group, you allow people to express themselves. And that's where the deeper connections happen, because people start sharing, okay, so you're this health coach, you ask them, hey, what is the best health tip that you received this week, right? Maybe that's one of your prompts, and you want to have it a daily theme because not everyone is going to see your posts. So you want to
Mm-hmm.
have it like a daily. You can switch it once a month if you want, or a season, but you want to have it daily, and you want to see what brings up high engagement and what brings up low, but everything matters because it gives the people an opportunity to chime in. And you never know who will see your posts.
Exactly. Yeah. You never know who's gonna see it, even if it doesn't have a high, looks like it doesn't have a high engagement, but like that always happens. For someone will say, "Oh, I saw this," and you're like, "Really? It looked like nobody saw it. No one said
Yeah.
anything about it." And also, I
Yes.
feel like the branding like attracts your people, because you're not gonna be for everybody. and not everybody's going to be for you. So the branding helps to also narrow down like who's your people and who who knows that like you are for them too. And I love that you mentioned Pinterest, because in Pinterest it's so cool. You can type like a color and kind of like a style, like I don't know, like a color type of color palettes, and then you can see all the matching colors and things like that. And then you can go to Canva, right, and just create everything based on like these little the mood board, like you said, the mood board.
Yes. And all of this I do teach in monetizing mompreneurs. .com, and it's basically a VIP experience, it's a membership, but all of it is in there. So if you need more in-depth help, you can join the membership or you can join the 5-day challenge. Little
Awesome.
shameless plug there.
No, please, no shameless. No, no. This is what it's for. So everyone can see like you're an expert on this, and they definitely need to check out your things. Okay, so we talked about name and branding. Is there like one other thing that you would think that's like important to start off with that they can start looking into?
So, okay. So one of the things that I definitely recommend is, now that you've created this, you're going to create a lot of buzz. Just by those prompts, being consistent and actually asking them about them around what you want to teach around. I know that sounds kind of like backwards, but honestly, that's the power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you want to be like, oh, I want to be the expert. I want to be the one that shares all the stuff. But actually, when you position yourself more as a servant than the expert, that's where the power is.
Wow.
And so the next step is going to be an enticing offer, right? So I have like the steps and they're all in challenge. They're 5 steps. So 5 days, you get to do each one of these challenges. So building your enticing offer. So this goes if you want to actually monetize your community. And do not be afraid of monetizing or making money from your community, because your community is going to be a lot of work, in the sense of like, you're going to be engaging, you're going to be answering comments, answering questions, people are going to DM you, oh my gosh, I like this what you said, can we do a 30-minute chat,
Yeah.
you're going to get all of that from the group. So it's going to be a bit of, oh my gosh, like it's going to be a help in your business if you do have a business, if that's what you're creating it for, or even if you're creating it for like, man, I just want to bring, moms together, and stuff like that. It's a good idea to monetize it so you can actually, take care of your overhead. So don't be afraid to do that, because some people are going to stick with the free. And then some people are like, yo, I love exactly what you're doing. Notice I said yo, that just came out. But anyways, I
Exactly.
love
But that's how it'll be.
I love what you're doing. I want to support you and I want to see this win and I want to see the future of this. That's what an investment is. So don't be afraid to, have a price tag into a membership along with your community. That just allows people to go a little bit deeper and support what you're doing so you can continue to do it. And so building your enticing offer. I go into basically how you should structure to get people kind of like in a buzz, like, oh my gosh, yes, I would like to know more. Oh, this looks amazing. Yes, this is great, right? So basically, you want to start off with answering your people's questions. And so you want to take the top 3 questions that you get from your community, from people that hire you, or from people from like your mom friends. Like, what are the top 3 questions? Because I've seen women build these communities and actually like have a mom community that they actually teach how to clean your own house, and they're thriving. So
Yeah.
don't,
I can't believe
yeah,
it.
right.
It's awesome.
I know. And look at you, Jenny, you too, right? You have your own, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
working on it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're doing great. Yeah, which is amazing. And so don't be like, oh, I don't know. Just basically listen to your community, listen to what they're asking you, and answer their questions within your enticing offer. So you want to start with their question for number one, that'll be your secret one. Hey, in this live, because you want to go in live, that actually solidifies your relationship to your community when you start going in live, because people get to see you, they get to see your personality, they get to see, is your teaching style for them, right? Are you for them? Is your personality for them? Are they jiving? Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Like, shoot,
Yeah.
can we jive? And so when you're building your enticing offer, understand that you're about to go in live answering the top 3 questions that you receive from your community that is also around your expertise, right? Because you're leading with your expertise, or you're leading with that want in communication and community, right? So
Yeah.
now,
So
yeah.
before I make you spill all the beans of your challenge, because I know that what you have to offer is amazing, because I've already seen what you offer. So I just want to remind people that Linda's giving us all this information right now. She's spilling her beans, but you should definitely go check out her website. She already said it a few times, and I'll have it in the show notes. But you said a few things that I want to maybe like go on a tangent with, because
Yeah.
this is one of the things that maybe some people will think about, because I know you're a Christian, so since I already know you, I know that I can ask you this, but especially as a Christian, but even people who are not Christian and have this like thought about how is it okay? Like, oh my God, I'm asking people to invest in something or pay for something. And especially for me, I know I've struggled in the past. I think we've had this conversation before. As a Christian, like, how am I making this okay? Like, as like I'm supposed to be serving the people, but okay, but my serving the people costs me a little bit of money too. So now I have to ask the people, please help support this, and I have something for you too. Like, what would you say to someone who is having that kind of mental struggle? I'm
So
putting
I
you on
would,
the spot.
yeah,
Sorry.
I love
We
this.
didn't plan
No,
this,
this is
everybody. We didn't plan this. I don't have notes. I don't think, well, you probably have your notes because you're super ready. You have all this stuff. But what would you say, like even thinking back in yourself, like when you used to be like, maybe, I don't know if you ever felt like, dang, like I'm gonna charge for this. How did you
okay.
overcome that? Hey, it's me, just taking a quick sec to let you know about the Pink Premium Access. Get the link for access in the show notes or heavenlytreasure.net, where you can choose monthly or yearly access options. You will get all the uncut gems hidden from the Salt podcast, plus exclusive episodes, promos from guests, Ask Me Anything episodes, and private group Zoom calls for access members only. Sorry to hide these next gems from you. See you in the Pink Premium, and thanks for helping me keep the show alive and running. Before we like close off, do you have any last words about like why I guess looking into like Facebook community, or I guess is there other places that you can create a community? It's not just Facebook, right?
Yeah, I mean, Patron. I know Patron is one of them that a lot of podcasters use. You can create a community with that, and you can create a paid community as well with that one. You can create a forum with WordPress and build it out, and just create a forum for a website. There's tons of other, you can have also in-person meetings as opposed to virtual meetings. Like for our membership, we have virtual meetings every Friday at 12 p.m. EST. Just dropping that in there. But I do want to say, the become a VIP member. It's lower than you think to join. Anyways.
Join her VIP, people.
VIP, become a member. I'm in there. But anyways, what I what I would say, if you're on the fence, right? Like you have a product, you did something super amazing, don't go with it has to sell. Go with what if? What if someone says yes? What if it does sell? Go lead with curiosity as opposed to like it has to happen or this does not validate, because
Hmm.
sometimes things can be a simple tweak of a name or the way that you launched it, and that will have it like thriving. So if you're ever on the fence, you'll never know if something will be successful or if you'll love something if you don't just go for it and find, is this really for you? When I first started, and I remember like having my first hobby was sewing, and I said, you know what? And I had it all in my head. This is gonna be so great. I am going to be like Mimi G style. I don't know if you guys heard her about her, but I'm gonna be like her, and I'm gonna like sell on how to teach people how to sew. And I totally did. I rented out a little sewing spot, that they sell, they sewed all sewing little trinkets, like sewing machines and the cloths, and the quilters will hang out there. And I was hanging out with the quilters. I was so cool. And I I was like, yes, I'm gonna reach out to my local community, and I am gonna teach, young ladies how to sew. Is gonna be so awesome. This is so valuable. This is so needed. They can sew a purse, right? So that was my first training, and I showed up. I marketed it. I did the flyers. Someone helped me with the flyers as well. They believed in me, and I sewed like 2 spots, but it was a great start. It was still awesome. Like, oh my gosh, I sewed 2 spots. So incredible. Nobody knows me from nothing. And I sewed something, right? And I remember going through the training, and I had like these worksheets, and I prepared, and I absolutely hated it. I hated teaching how to sew. In my mind, it was absolutely amazing. But when I actually like did it, it was hard. I was miserable, and I never did it again. But I am so glad for that experience, because I know what I am not great at and what I don't like. So and then you don't want to go in the end of your life like, I should have been teaching how to sew. I could have been a millionaire teaching how to sew. But honestly, no, you hated it, but you never know that you hated it because you never tried it.
You are hilarious. That is the best example ever. And I love it. That kind of goes with like how I created these memberships and I didn't love it. And they're just there. I love that example though. That was way better than mine. So true. So true. You gotta try it, people. Like just go for it and then go for it again. If that one you realize it, and then go for it again, and then just keep trying all these ideas. Like that's me. Like I'm the same as you. Like I've done like all these different things, tried all these different ways. Some have been more successful than others, and some you still do it. Like I still do like essential oils, for example, but I do other things at the same time. Like I don't just put all my eggs in one nest, like I'm doing always trying to test out other things. And if I have an idea, okay, let me do it. Okay, never mind, I didn't like it, or it didn't work out, or whatever the case was. And then, all right, well, I have this other idea, and well, there you go. That's how this podcast was born.
Exactly. Like that's why you can never judge your beginning from someone else's story, because you don't know like the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Literally. Because I poked myself with needles.
There was blood, friends. There was.
Blood, sweat, and tears, literally cried after that.
Girl.
But you never know if you like something until you try it. So just give yourself a chance by seeing, and forget about what people are going to think, because they're going to think whatever they want anyways. They totally are, and it's just like, and if they do judge you, it's because they didn't have the courage to do what you're doing. Hello.
Calling people out.
I know. I'm calling you out. You know who you are.
Girl, thank you. Thank you for telling how it is. Thank you for your wisdom. And thank you so much for making this such a fun conversation too. I love it. I'm so grateful that you took your time to to just chat with us and give us your spill your beans on your challenge and your memberships. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jenny. I truly appreciate the opportunity to come on here and love on your peoples and love on your Premium Pink members. Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening in. Be sure to hit subscribe and visit heavenlytreasure.net for more. See you on IG at Heavenly Treasure Living. Till next time, blessings, and remember to be the salt of the earth.